In this TECbook video, I'm going to show you why we believe that TECbook really is the ebook platform of choice for education. I will run through a few of the tools and then cover the notebook in depth. Let's jump straight into Macbeth. Now this copy of Macbeth has a nice introduction, but I want to jump straight into the play itself. Down in the bottom left of the screen you will see 4 tools. These are Contents of the book, Bookmarks, Search, and then in the far bottom left we have Page Number. I know where I want to go, so I will use the book contents. I just want to get to Act 1, Scene 1, so I will select that and it will jump me right to that page. Now we can see the opening scene with the witches. And if I want to zoom in on anything from my class to get a better view, I can move the mouse to it and scroll in my scroll wheel on my mouse. It will always zoom in on where the mouse is. Now I know that character analysis is always important, especially in Shakespeare plays, so I'm going to introduce you to the notebook feature on the TECbook platform. Now I know that character analysis is always important, especially in Shakespeare plays, so I'm going to introduce you to the notebook feature on the TECbook platform. Down in the bottom right you will see more tools. We have flashcards, notebooks, zoom selection, and then this one will change the view from double page to single page. I will cover all of these, but for now we want a notebook. What happens now is the book changes to split screen view, with notebooks on the right, although we haven't made any yet, and the content of the book on the left. I can turn the pages as normal, either using these arrows or using the arrows on my keyboards. Now we have a notification saying we haven't made any notebooks, so let's make our first one now. Clicking on this plus will make a notebook. Now we need to give it a title. I know that the witches feature constantly in Macbeth, and it would be great for my class of students to know about them, so I'd like to have a notebook about the witches, so I will title this Witches Character Analysis. The body of the note acts like most text editors, but it will also have a few brilliant additions we'll cover later. On one of the tools on the book side of the page is Zoom Selection. We will use this to capture the opening dialogue of the witches. Now how this works is by allowing you to click and drag over an area. Once you do this, it will bring it up front and centre. This is perfect to quickly show the whole class a diagram, graph, or in this case some dialogue. Once you do this, you will see 2 options appear below the image. One is capture and the other is quote. Using the same image, I will show you the difference. Selecting the capture option does exactly that. It captures the image as a screenshot onto your notebook. This is an incredible feature. It allows you to instantly capture anything from the book and get it into your notes. Now let me show you what the other option does. I'll use Zoom Selection and select the same section of the book. This time I will select Quote. It has again been placed into my notebook, only this time it's actually quoted the text. So now I can edit the text or add things between. So if I wanted to add a note between the first 2 lines, I could. The grey bar indicates the quote, so as I add my own content, that won't appear. Not exactly breathtaking commentary I've added, but you get the idea. You can capture an image or some text and add it right into the book. Now I want to show you what it looks like to add a video into a notebook, and then we'll see what all of this looks like from a student's point of view. I have this video open in another tab and it's 3 adaptations of this opening scene of Macbeth. Once you've found a video you like, you just copy a link and paste it into the notebook. Now this whole time we've been editing the notebook. If I want to save it, I just click on this orange tick down here. Once you do this, you're in what we call read mode. You'll notice a few changes. The toolbar is gone and there are now these page links at the top. The reason we have read mode is because it allows you to interact with the content you've added to the notebook. So for the video link, instead of leaving the TECbook, we play the video right inside the window. There's no need to jump back to YouTube. Now this isn't the best notebook in the world, but for the purpose of keeping the video short, let me show you how to share this with your students. In the top right you have 2 options, share and delete. If you click on share, it will make the notebook available to all students who access this book using your activation code. If you click on delete, well, it's no surprise, it deletes. However, if we leave the notebook and come out to Notebooks Overview, we can see our notebook, and if we had multiple notebooks, we would see them all here. Now I can click on the notebook and drag to the left to reveal 3 controls. We have share, delete, and edit. Once we click share, we can see this little man at the side now has a plus icon. This means it's public. Now let's switch tabs back to the Education Cloud and have a look at the management screen. We can see this line here that says, "You are not currently sharing public notes." Well, we want to share public notes, so let's change that. We have 2 options. One lets us see their public notes, and the other lets them see our public notes. For now, we just want them to see our notes, so we'll tick the second box. And once you do this, you will see that the notice has changed. Now let's make the remaining unallocated resources classroom copies. If you haven't watched the video on classroom copies, it will be linked in the description. But the quick version is it allows your students to use the book without needing to log in or register. Let's jump to another browser to show you what this looks like for a student. Let me just put up the activation code for this resource and copy it. We have an activation code, so I'll just paste it into the box. And that's it, I'm in the book. But now as a student, I can click on the Notebooks button and the notebook I made earlier is there. Now if we click onto it, we can see everything is there. But what I didn't mention earlier is that this captured and quoted content is linked specifically to the page it was taken from in the book. So if I need to see the context in which it was captured, I can just click. And it takes me into the page. And let me just turn a couple of pages to show this works with quoted text as well. Back to the opening scene and let's see the video. It works, and I didn't even leave the TECbook. One thing missing from the student book is the edit button. Rather than allow students to go in and delete stuff, we lock the teacher's work so it's read-only. A student can make their own notebook, and when they do, they will be asked to log in so the notebook can be tied to their account. They can access the books and notebooks at school and at home. For now though, we will end the video there. Hopefully you've begun to understand how powerful yet simple the TECbook platform is. If you wanted to test this yourself, you could request a free trial or buy a copy of this book. I'll put the links in the description. It's only £2.40 on our site, so it won't break the bank. Thank you for watching.